Hi everyone and welcome. I thought I would turn the video on even though I'm whatever. And talk about people who are a little afraid to set boundaries and are so used to not setting boundaries, and in turn they give their power away by not making it clear to others that things, what being presented to them is that they don't like it. And so they're just too bloody polite to say no, or, you know, just take that somewhere else. And it's interesting that people do that. And what sparked this is that I just had a conversation with my mother, and a friend of hers is accustomed to drinking a lot, and both her and her male friend, they do the same. And so anyway, mum spoke to this person, and this person said, "Oh, my partner went and got me a bottle of wine. Fantastic." And mum goes, "Oh," well, she didn't say anything because she's way too polite. Because every time that she speaks to this person, she's absolutely plastered. And my mother is too polite to say, "Hey, I don't want to speak to you when you're drunk, so I'll talk to you tomorrow." That's beyond my mother's behavior. She couldn't possibly do that because she would just, anyway, so she puts herself in a situation where she feels obligated to speak to this person, and endure the dribble that comes out of this person's mouth because she's absolutely pissed. And and so when I spoke to her today, she said, "Oh, I spoke to this person, and and this person's having a birthday." And so mum's saying, "Oh, well, I don't know whether we'll go up. It's a long way, and I don't know whether she's going to keep herself sober." And I said, "Well, it's probably not going to happen. And the later in the afternoon it gets, it's probably the wine is going to come out. And what are you going to do if that happens?" Anyway, so what I really wanted to talk about is that, um, and I said to mum, this person lives a completely different life to you, and because mum endured alcoholism with my dad, that's passed away a long time ago from being an alcoholic, she has become so hypersensitive to anyone who's a little drunk. And why is that? Because her body remembers the trauma that dad put her through when he got drunk, and which was nearly every night for the last times of years. And so instantly my mother goes into protection mode, and that protection mode isn't, "Hey, back off, you're pissed, don't want anything to do with you, right? Go to bed," or something. Oh no, her protective mechanism was to do what she was told, so he couldn't hurt her any further. And the conversation stopped, right? So she didn't want to engage as much, right? And so that was her boundary. which her boundary became more submissive. And I just said to her, well, if you don't put a boundary up, then that person, whatever that person throws at you, if you don't say anything, that person's going to think that behavior that he's forcing, whatever speech or physical, then that's okay because you're not actually saying no. So if it's not a no, it's a yes, right? Because you're not saying anything. And so the trick is, though, that nobody, and I'm going to say this first. So when this person rings my mother when she's drunk, my mother gets so upset and so sad in understanding how drunk this person gets a lot, right? And so it's unfathomable for my mother, right, how her partner could have got her a bottle of wine. And and I said, well, why are you getting so upset? Why is that? But it's because it's got nothing to do with you. And I said, well, this person, that person can't make you feel anything. Any person cannot make you feel anything. That is a feeling that you welcome and allow them to force upon you. You accept that feeling. If you didn't give a shit, then you wouldn't feel anything. If you say, well, that's what you can say whatever you want, but it's not going to touch me because I'm not going to take on that emotion. And so nobody has got power over you. Nobody. They can't make you feel anything. Even if you're anyone from the street, at work, in your family, if they have start screaming at you for whatever reason that might be, they can't make you feel anything. They can't make you do anything. Nothing. Unless you say yes. Right? And I wonder, it's a bit the same with the government, isn't it? They can tell you all sorts of shit. They can tell you things and tell you to do stuff, and you'll just go, oh no, I'm not doing that. Good luck with that. I'm not doing it. And what? They can't make you. They cannot make you. They can't make you feel anything. So anyone, unless you want to give your power away and accept that emotion, accept to give your power away and go, oh, okay then. Well, why'd you do that? You've just given your power away. Don't do that. Unless it resonates with you and you say, oh yeah, I really want to do that. Yeah, let's go. But if it's something that you don't like, why would you give your power away, right? And I've been in this situation too, so I know how easy it is if you've been taught, because I've just spoken about my mother, right? And my mother has had a lot of influence on me since I was a kid, right? So I've done that too. And I know what it's like. I've had very dominating partners, believe it or not, and in my early years. And I thought that is what you did. You just accepted and, you ended up being treated like shit. And so, not anymore, right? But it's easy if you have that upbringing and belief that you have to be mindful and gentle and maybe I'm wrong, and I'll submit. No, just don't. Just, if it doesn't resonate with you, if you don't feel safe, if you don't like something, don't be forced. Don't give someone else power over you by giving your power to them, because you are. You give them, here, have my power, and you can do whatever. You can say whatever to me, and I'll get so upset. And then, you know what? I'm going to blame it on you that you made me upset? No. That person can't make you feel anything. So you have to blame yourself if you got upset. And I know this is like, how do we get this into our heads? But if you get upset over something, then you allowed yourself to get upset. That person over there that was screaming at you, he can't make you feel anything. So have a think about that, because it's if you take back your power in every situation, whether it's your neighbor, whether it's your partner, whether it's a family member, whether it's your friend or co-worker or your boss, don't care who it is. You don't speak to me like that. And so, watch people back off, because you've taken your power back. You've taken your power back and practically said, no, that's not okay. I don't accept that. And if you want to try that on somebody else. But it doesn't work on me. So practice that, because you will feel completely different. You will feel more powerful, and you will feel that you will get your confidence back. And that is important. And that is liberating, because you don't have to accept shit from anyone else. Not even, I don't care who they are, not even the government, not even the hierarchy of the world. Who gives a shit? They don't have power over you. Nobody has power over you. And so, you were brave enough to come into this world alone, right? When you were a little baby, when you came out, you were all by yourself. And that was a big step. Why is it that you believe or feel that it's okay for you to give your power away in the middle of your life? Because when you die and go to your next life, that's a huge step as well. And do you take somebody with you? No, you don't. You go by yourself. So don't give your power away. Just keep it close to your heart and live with power. Live with confidence, and see how different people will treat you, and that people will respect you, and you will feel that shift, and you will become so much stronger. Leave me a comment if you like, and let me know what situation you've been in that you've given your power away. And let me know if you got it back. Maybe I can help. Thanks for listening. Talk to you soon.